Hello, hello. I'm Juliana Hubbard, the plant-based dietitian, and this is the What Would Juliana Do Q&A. Today I had a really fun request from Marcus to do a video on mystery ingredients on a plant-based diet. So maybe you have seen ingredients out there in a recipe or you've heard someone talk about and you're like, what's that? So I thought, what a fun idea. And we're gonna do a whole video on 6 mystery ingredients that you may run across on a plant-based diet. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. We're going to start with the first one. Well, we'll just go with the one that's here on my shirt. Nooch. This is basically a short slang for nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is a wonderful powdered ingredient. It grows on a leaf and it's often fortified with B vitamins, but you can get it unfortified as well. And it's a wonderful, cheesy, umami flavoring that goes fantastic in dressings and sauces. Anyone that's ever used my recipes or seen my books or watched my videos, I use Nooch all the time. I think there is nothing that can't be made more delicious by adding some Nooch. And you know, what's great about it is it's adding this umami flavor. Now we often talk about sweet and salty, maybe some bitter and sour, but we don't often talk about umami, and it is a really important part of a palate. And so if you want a nice, well-rounded meal, this is a nice way to balance, is to add some umami. And I think it may be missing a lot on a plant-based diet. So I think that's why we kind of gravitate towards it when we eat this way. And I highly recommend using it wherever you want. You could sprinkle it by itself over salads or pastas or soups, anywhere you want, you could add it in, and it just adds so much deliciousness, and I highly recommend you try it. The second ingredient is quite interesting. Can you guess what it is? Ooh. It's aquafaba. What's aquafaba, you ask? Basically, simply, it's garbanzo bean juice, chickpea juice. That stuff in the can that you usually strain out and get rid of and throw down the sink. Some magic genius culinary scientists or chefs discovered that you can use this and whip it up into a meringue, and there's all these wonderful culinary uses for aquafaba. Plus, it's just such a fun name to say, so why not try it? I've been incorporating this into my recipes as well, and so it's kind of nice. It's something you probably already had in your cabinet if you have a can of chickpeas or garbanzo beans, so why not add it to your list, your repertoire of ingredients? The next one of the 6 mystery ingredients is, can you guess what this is? Liquid aminos. Now, I think this is a little bit misleading because it's people think, oh, I need to have my amino acids, and so they think that they're consuming this for their amino acids. But first of all, there's not really amino acids in here. It's not like a source of protein. But most importantly, please check out my video about protein, because we don't need to be pursuing protein on a plant-based diet. That is a very huge myth that will not go away, and we don't need to worry about that. That said, I do love including aminos in my diet. I use this as a salt source for my recipes. So basically, you know, this is very similar to soy sauce or tamari, and you know, but there's different versions of this. This one happens to be coconut aminos, and there's other ones that are based on soy. So now at the market you can get gluten-free, soy-free, and I always get low sodium, but that's what I use the liquid aminos for. It's not really to be used nutritionally for anything other than a salt source as an ingredient in a delicious recipe. The next one is very similar. Do you guys know what this one is? This has been made familiar in Japanese cuisine. It is miso paste. Again, this is something used as a salt source. And again, this gives you a really delicious umami flavor. So it's a wonderful ingredient to add as your salt source. You can use this as a miso soup. Many of you have enjoyed miso soup. I know I have. Even 30 years ago when I traveled, I was touring with a play in Japan, and I was so impressed that I got to have miso soup and rice 3 times a day. I kind of wanted to stay in Japan just for that reason, well, and many other reasons. I loved it there. But this is a really nice ingredient. You get it, it's in the refrigerator section. It's wonderful. So it adds a lot of flavor to any kind of meal, mostly soups and sauces and dressings. And you know, you could throw it in at the end when you're cooking on a stovetop. You mix it with a little bit of water before you add it, but you don't want to cook it too long because you don't want to lose the probiotics that are found in here too. Extra bonus. My 5th ingredient of these mystery ingredients are hemp seeds. So hemp seeds, made familiar, just the hemp itself, by reasons of the nutritional value. This is a wonderful source of amino acids. Okay, again, we're not looking for protein, but this has a wonderful array of essential amino acids. And it also, what I love about it is not the protein per se. I'm really excited about the essential fats. So this has omega-3 fatty acids, which tend to be limited on a plant-based diet. You need to be aware of getting the omega-3 fats, and this is a wonderful source. The other reason I love hemp seeds so much and I use them often in my recipes is because I also, I recommend 1 to 2 ounces or 30 to 40 grams a day of nuts and seeds based on the preponderance of data in the scientific literature showing the incredible benefits of including them. And a lot of people are allergic to nuts. And so this is a wonderful substitute for nuts in a lot of recipes. So I use a lot of cashews in my recipes because it's a nice neutral flavor and it makes such a creamy, amazing texture. Creamy texture in sauces and dressings. And it's just like, you can make a cashew cream, you can make, I use it for a lot of different things and add it to soups or add it to whatever you're gonna use it for. So you can swap in hemp seeds for cashews, cup for cup or tablespoon for tablespoon, because it adds the same texture and the same neutral flavor profile. So I love some hemp seeds. My 6th and final mystery ingredient today was a mystery to me until today. I just tried this for the very first time, though I've been hearing about this for many, many years, and people just rave about this food, and I had not tried it until this very day. And so what is this? No, it is vegan. Of course it is. It doesn't look very vegan, does it? It's definitely made from plants, and it is on my table now. It is soy curls. So a friend of mine encouraged me to try these, and I finally did. It's basically just dehydrated soybeans, and you rehydrate them, you soak them in water, and then I marinated this, and then I cooked it up in the pan today, and I fell in love. This might be one of my new favorite ingredients. I'm adding it to the list. So it offers this very meaty texture type of thing. And so it's gonna be really good in salads. I'm gonna play with it. I've got all sorts of ideas on how to use this, but it tastes amazing and the texture is fabulous. And I know a lot of you have concerns about soy, and so I should make another video on soy. I did several years ago, but you can read about it in my books as well. There's nothing but wonderfulness associated with including soy as part of your whole food plant-based diet. I'm not telling you need to eat soy or you need to eat soy 3 times a day, but it actually decreases risk for breast cancer recurrence in breast cancer patients, and it decreases risk for breast cancer mortality in breast cancer patients. It also decreases risk for prostate cancer. And there's all these other associated benefits from including soy, including those omega-3 fatty acids again. So wonderful thing to include in a whole food plant-based diet. This is brand new to me. I've been vegan for 16 years and it's the first time I'm trying it. So that just shows you there are so many wonderful things out there to try. It makes it very, very exciting. So when someone goes, oh my goodness, what do you eat on a plant-based diet? Where do we begin? That there are, 15,000 edible plants. There are so many edible deliciousness of all the combinations of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, mushrooms, nuts, seeds, herbs, and spices. So I want you to enjoy them. I want to empower you to have all this information at your fingertips. That is my goal, because I want you to eat plants and because I want to make that as easy and accessible and of course as delicious as possible. So please post any suggestions for some future mystery ingredient videos, because this is so much fun to talk about, below in the comments, or message me or via my website, plantbaseddietitian.com. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.